Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being on board with us. I hope the entire duration of the circuit breaker has been good and everyone has been keeping safe as well. Please do keep healthy and perhaps bear with me for the next 30 minutes or so to allow me to share more about our postgraduate programs. So, okay. So who are we actually? If let's say one knows about who NIE is, we are actually an institute of the Nanyang Technological University, Singapore. And in fact, just would like to share with you, this year, we are celebrating our 70th year anniversary. NIE has been established since 1950, even before the independence of Singapore, to look into training teachers to build up the education system for Singapore during our early nation building days. So this year itself is our 70th year anniversary. So who are we? This is our parent university, Nanyang Technological University. If you are keen to know about rankings of university and all, NTU is ranked 11th in 2020, third in Asia. And for the education portion, since the subject ranking has been introduced, we have been in the top 20 since then. And in 2020, we are ranked 16 in the world. And this is done according by QS World University Rankings. So, an institute of distinction, NIE really looks in leading the future of education. Perhaps for some of our viewers right now, some of you may just know us as the only teacher training institute, and we train teachers only. But more than just training teachers, we literally train educators. Because when we train educators, not just the teachers from the mainstream schools, the educators benefiting and contributing back to the entire education arena and sector itself will further benefit the students, the learners, not just at a young age, but also adult learners as well. So it is a session for me to recommend you why you should join us for our postgraduate studies. Why? For those who studied marketing, we know the 4 Ps, but these 4 Ps here right now I'm going to share with you are not really just about the product, the pricing, the promotion and all. The 4 Ps are literally these few. Our professors. In any university, in any institute itself, we are really looking at the professors because they will be the one imparting knowledge and giving us the relevant information on our own professional development academically. And these professors, they delve into research into the various areas of their expertise itself, ranging from linguistics to the hard sciences, mathematics, psychology, counseling, early childhood, everything. So if you were to understand a little bit more about who NIE really is, we are like a little mini university in the entire large university of NTU. Other than the engineering, the law, maybe certain parts of the businesses and medicine, medical, we literally have a range of specialization that can cater to every single working professional out there in the industry. So the first P, professors, they are the one to impart the knowledge to all of us. And the next P itself is really on program. When we talk about program, what we really know about program, in NIE at a postgraduate level, we have the Masters by Coursework and also the Masters by Research. And the Masters by Coursework and Masters by Research, the coursework focuses on plain specialization, whereby the individual go into a specialized area to learn more about that topic itself. So you have prescribed courses and also open electives and all, and you take the courses accordingly, and that is by coursework. And by research largely means you have and you identify a particular research topic, you do your research, data collection and all, you analyze the data that you have, and you write a thesis for it. So that will be by the research. So when you look at the entire list of programs of what we have, like on the screen right now here, you can see that we do have a range of it. And we classify them under academic content, professional practice, education domains. And the research portion, you will have the Master of Arts and Master of Science in Research, and also the doctoral. So in terms of the doctoral itself, it is not just us offering the PhD, we are also offering the Doctor in Education. So you may be thinking, what's the difference between the two? One is more philosophical, the other one is more education practice driven. So the Doctor in Education caters more for the educators, the education professionals who are already in the education sector, and to further the doctoral knowledge through the Doctor in Education program. So I would like to share with you a little bit more on a new initiative that the university just launched in April, just last month. We are launching the NTU Mini Masters Certificate Program. And what this Mini Masters entails in, at NIE level, being part of the university, we are now offering 12 Mini Masters under this initiative. So individuals can complete four AU courses to qualify for a Mini Masters certificate. And some of these courses are also supported by SkillsFuture Singapore. And after completion of these 4 courses, you apply for a certificate, the Mini Master certificate, and you decide, okay, I think I would like to progress with a master's. You can apply, and to apply for accreditation of what you have completed to step towards a master's. So the individual master level courses, what we know as modular graduate courses, after completion of 4 courses, you can stack to a relevant mini masters. And to stack further to a master's program, you can transfer credits up to 12 academic units, equivalent to 4 AU courses, or transfer all 16 AUs, and then continue to complete the remaining 14 AUs of courses and a compulsory 2 AU courses. The application for accreditation, there are also certain criteria and all. So you need to ensure that all your courses meet the minimum CGPA requirements. So it was announced in the papers as well that NIE, we actually offer 12 such areas, ranging from drama education to e-learning instructional design. And in time to come, the university will also be adding more mini masters courses for the entire nation itself. So maybe I'll just pause here for a while to allow you to take the QR code or even just to copy out the URL if you'd like to find out more about the Mini Masters initiative. Just a couple of seconds. Okay, after the programs, we have covered 2 Ps of the 4 Ps. The next P itself is really about people, our students, our alumni. At the institute level, for all of our postgraduate students, we do not leave them in a lurch to just let them study on their own. So annually, we create and we organize what we call the Graduate Student Conference to allow our postgraduate students, master's and doctoral level, to gather together to present some of their so-called findings and research, to allow poster presentations for them to take part in 3 minutes thesis competition, so that in the event, any of them would like to proceed and progress to become an academia. Presentation at conferences, presentation at international platforms will come as a norm to them, because during the course of their studies, they would have been exposed to all these opportunities to present. And also as a postgraduate student itself, we also have what we know as the Grad Center, and the institute run workshops, seminars, and free sessions for our postgraduate students in academic writing, in research abstract writing, in many areas to aid them in their course of studies. So when we talk about people here, other than the professors, the people here really look into our students and our alumni. And I would like to share with you more that in the range of our alumni, we have diverse working professionals out there. We have education director from a hospital graduating from our EdD, the current SSG, Chief Futurist and Chief Research Officer. She also came from our EdD program. We have occupational therapists graduating from our Master of Education Special Ed itself. And then we have radiation therapists as well from our Masters in Counseling and Guidance. Going further, we even have special schools practitioner in psychology. We also have the Deputy Secretary and also the Commissioner of Charities from the Ministry from our PhD program. So when we look into the people itself, we can see that many of them come from diverse range of the industries out there in the working world. We have mainstream teachers because annually, teachers come back to NIE for their professional development training and courses and all. And for those who want to upgrade themselves, taking a master's or even a PhD, they come back to us to study because they have gone through their education with NIE. So like what I shared earlier, the Graduate Research and Academic Development Center, the GRAD Center, was set up in 2017 to really help our higher degree students to develop their research and academic skills. So on a yearly basis itself, I gave you a summary here, like for example, from last year, February, all the way to March this year, we have ran many different kind of workshops, statistical analysis, research methods, even have one-on-one consultation with our consultants to develop our students, to ensure that they are on the right track in their learning, and also to really ensure that even their own well-being as a student is being looked after. So when we actually talk about the 4 Ps itself, I missed out even the mini masters and the programs that we have, and now I'm touching on the professional development and continuing education kind of courses. The entire philosophy of learning differently, leading change has been embedded in everything here. Because when we learn differently, we can lead change. So as an educator, all of us are educators in our own ways, because we teach the younger generation in our own capacity, be it your children, or be it within your own family, or even in the external environment away from work, you may have opportunities to work with the younger generation. We have to educate them. We have to give them the right information and knowledge such that we can lead them to provide certain changes in their life. So we also lead change in that sense, and we are all change drivers. So as an educator, not just the younger generation, but sometimes we teach our own peers at the workplace, or even in some other settings, or even at volunteering basis. We have to teach our own peers, people of our own same age group, or even people older than us. So why do we want to stop learning? There's this Chinese saying, pardon me for using Chinese here, 活到老学到老. We will continue to learn regardless of what age we are at. So even at the professional development, continuing education portion itself, the short courses that we have, we run at about nearly 400 kind of courses per year. And the mini masters is now part of this entire initiative. And we have advanced diploma and certificates run for our mainstream educators from the schools, as well as educators from the working professional out there within the training and adult education sector itself. Oops, sorry. So when we look at the areas of specialization, you can see from this word cloud here, there's many. We have curriculum leadership. We have courses and short courses on assessment. We have communication skills. And most importantly, we have what we know, the content knowledge courses. So as an institute and also a part of the university, we would also like to have some of our courses at least be approved by and supported by SSG, so that more people can actually have access to learning and at a very affordable rate itself. And these are some of the examples of what we have here. Perhaps I'll pause here for everyone to take a read on this slide so that you can understand a little bit more. And if, let's say, you would like to ask some questions, I hope I can actually address some of them as well. Or if not, you can drop us an email so that we can find out your needs better. So, where can you find these courses? From the earlier slides on all these SSG approved courses itself, you might be thinking, yeah, okay, I know, I can see that these are available, but where do I find them? This is the place where you can find these courses. Within our own website, we have created a professional learning and continuing education webpage place. So this is really the place for you to find learning and courses that you can take at your own pace. And PACE, just to share a little bit more, PACE is the Center of Professional and Continuing Education within the university itself. So you can see that NIE is very closely linked back to with our parent university, even to certain acronyms that we use, just to be a little bit corny here. So PACE, you learn at your own pace and you come to our place to learn further. So before I end here, our application period has just been open, and some of it are slightly earlier. The Doctor in Education for the January 2021 intake is already ongoing and will end on 15th of June. And we do have a joint master's with Teachers College, Columbia University, the Master of Arts in Leadership and Educational Change. The application will also end on the same day with like the Doctor in Education, 15th of June. While the rest of the coursework application, the coursework by Masters, and also the Masters and PhD by Research, it will run all the way to July. I will pause here for a while so that you can take note of the QR code or even the URL link found here on this slide, so that in the event if you would like to find out more about the application of the programs that are available for application, you can go to this website here. I'll just pause for a couple of seconds so that you can take note of the details here. Okay, before I end the entire session, I would like to share with you a little video to show the campus of where NIE is, and to show you a little bit of the facilities of what we have, because currently with the circuit breaker itself, campus is quite empty and we can't return to the familiar environment of where we used to be working at. Everyone is working at home. So I thought that this little video can show you, if you have not been to NIE before, how NIE actually looks like. Okay, with that, thank you very much for your attention, and perhaps I will pass back the time to Jace.